Hey everyone, thanks a lot for tuning in to this first ever episode of doing whatever this is, YouTube. I've been watching a lot of YouTube this winter, learning a lot of stuff, and it's pretty cool to be able to make one of these videos. A little intimidating, I have no idea what I'm doing. Sorry for any technical difficulties we might have, but bear with me and hopefully you can get something pretty insightful out of this. And that's my goal, is to just share what I've discovered and be a help to someone. So as business owners, we're oftentimes, in the trees, we're cutting grass, we're doing whatever we're doing, and that is what we love what we do, right? The back end paperwork, as a small company owner, I have to do all that myself. Also all the secretary work, answering phone calls, reading emails, replying to clients, all the stuff that has to keep on going for you to get your next job, to keep communication at a top level, because I think that is very important, especially in the 21st century, is people are expecting a quick response whenever they ask us a question, right, regarding a service. And you can't do everything on your own. It is physically impossible. In a digital age, slowly paper way of doing things is taking the side, and digital ways are coming in. So that's where CRMs come into play. A CRM is a customer relationship manager. It's a software that is going to do everything. It's going to take your leads. It's going to organize your jobs, schedule your work, prepare your invoices, and keep all your communications centralized into one digital area, really simplifying your life. Before, I was using Excel. I was using Trello boards, Google Calendars, pen and paper, sticky notes, just to keep everything organized. And let me tell you, it was a mess. And last January 2020, is whenever I started looking into CRMs, and I finally got onto one. And after doing 2 months of research throughout December and January, early into February, I did research, and I finally settled on the one we're going to talk about today in mid-February. And all of last year, I probably saved at least 6 to 8 hours a week, I would say, not having to do all this tedious stuff that I used to do all the time. So what is a CRM? Like I said, it's a customer relationship manager. They come in, and it's this device and this software we're going to talk about. So people might ask 4 questions whenever you're trying to decide which one, because there's a lot of them out there. We can say Jobber, there's Arbor Gold. There is a bunch of different ones out there, right? I chose ServiceMate, and we're going to go through different reasons on what I like about them, what I don't like about them, and overall why I did decide to go with them. But I tested out about 4 of them for their trial versions, almost for 1 week each, right? Just putting in a bunch of fake data and trying to play around with it and trying to see which one is the easiest one to use here. Okay, I have a screen over here where I'm reading my notes, so please ignore me. So the 4 questions you're going to ask yourself is it easy to learn? How much is it? Is it really going to help me? And how much customer support I can get? And I promise you, we're going to answer those 4 questions eventually. I'm going to break up this video into 2 parts. First part is going to be a quick little outline. I only hope to take up to the 10-minute mark, more or less. Come back and let me know how I did later. And then we're going to do a bit more of a deep dive from minute 10 to 20. And those are just estimates. I can go plus or minus. This is one take. I am not going to be doing a bunch of crazy edits on this. So let's go and look at ServiceMate. So, ta-da, here you go. You're on your dashboard. Thanks for that. Very kind of you to be patient. So ServiceMate is an Australian CRM company. Australian. You're like, what on earth? That's so far away. How do you discover them? Just did a lot of research, and I finally came up with them. And I really like that they charge Canadian dollars. I'm in Canada, and I did not want to have to pick a CRM where I had to pay American money. So just right off the bat, having a Canadian dollar CRM was a huge plus, and I really appreciated that. So here we are. So whenever you show up here, you have all these tabs on top. You have home, you got a dispatch board, you got your job history, you got clients, invoicings, reports, settings. Let's go to home. Home was just a bit of an overview about what's going on, but where you spend all your time is right up here in the dispatch board. The dispatch board over here will organize your jobs by map. It will also show you your calendar of events and what you need to do. Okay, So let's go through a scenario wherever you are going to be contacted for the first time. So what I have is a form here on my website. This is my website. Just got it updated. Looks pretty cool. I'm very happy with it. So in my request a quote tab, whenever people go there and they request a quote, they'll get this form, for example, where they can put in their information. And this is the first huge time saver, is if people are texting you their information, if they're emailing you their information or calling you and you have to write it down, you're doing double, sometimes triple or 4 times, you're entering the data into different locations. So whenever you send them a form and you say, please fill this out, first it shows how serious they are. If they really want your service, they're going to take that 30 seconds and fill it out accurately. There's less mistakes, and it automatically gets sent into your system. So if Joe Blow, Paul Fold, or whatever is going to fill out this, for some reason this demo account that ServiceMate let me use, I told them, look, I want to make this video. Can I use I get a demo account? They hooked me up, which is sweet. None of these clients are real. None of these addresses have any meaning. This is for entertainment purposes only. All right, except here you'll see Phil's real, James is real, and so is team. That's exactly how I set it up in my own business. I have 3 different categories. Phil and James, because we do the estimates, and then team is whenever there's jobs for everybody to do together. So let's just say that we get a job request and it's going to show up, and if it comes in through the website, it's going to show up right up here in the inbox. And when it shows up in the inbox, it's already all pre-filled, and then I can assign it to one of these different categories. So let's just say, for the sake of the argument, my neighbor wants an ash tree removal. So I've already gone ahead and pre-made all these categories, and I'll show you guys how to do that later. But right here, boom, I'm going to create this. And my neighbor, let's just say their name is Fail. No, that's a bad name. Let's just say their name is, why can't I think about it? Frank Duga. And they are an individual, boom, and let's just say they live at 1205 Pierrefonds Boulevard, boom. So whenever you put in your location, what's fun is that ServiceMate is actually going to make sure that you put in a verified address. They're not gonna, so you have like a physical location on a map, so whenever you're dispatching crews and whatnot, there's no mistakes. Something is already confirmed and 100% taken care of there. All right, you'll notice, see this description here, removal of an ash tree, that was already pre-recorded whenever I made these templates, which I'll show you about later. So that client, that's where they live, and they'll give us their email address. We'll put it in there, blah, 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 and their phone number. So quotes and invoicing, this is already pre-recorded. It takes a little bit of time to set up, but whenever you get using the system a lot more, you'll see how easy it is. So complete takedown of your ash tree. I have a price in here I can change. I say, okay, no, actually your ash tree is going to be more. That's determined whenever you show up. It gives you base amounts of what you can start with, and a wood removal fee, whatnot. Okay, save. Well, you know that it's an ash removal. You got to go and see what's up. Save. All right, so here he is over here, Mr. Frank Duga. So whenever we get that quote, we have a ballpark on what it's going to be. Those numbers are just for the sake of the argument. We need to go and see the job, right? So in my system, I'm not going to show you because it's on my other computer and has all personal client information in it, but I have an email. So whenever I go to the email, I'll have a template, and that template is called first point of contact. Whenever I send it to them, it says, hey, thank you for submitting your request. We have your information. We'd like to book an appointment with you. And I can click that, click, and send it off to them really fast. And immediately then they can respond and let me know when they're available for an estimate. So you have like a point of contact right away. And oftentimes, if I'm sitting at my computer and I see one come in, I can like ask them for a date when I can go and see them within 30 seconds. And they're always very amazed whenever they respond to me. I'm already at 9 minutes. Sorry guys, but here we go. A lot of people have asked for this. They wanted me to make a video on this. So here it is. And thanks a lot for watching. So whenever you send them the first part of your job here. Sorry, you send them an email and you ask them, when can we come, and then they respond. That's whenever you can then schedule it. So here in the job site, you'll see it's called, the status is a quote. Every job starts as a quote. Whenever it gets accepted, you have to change it, or the customer, whenever they accept your estimate, it'll change automatically to a work order, which is a lot of fun. It's always nice getting those dings, you got a job accepted. Once you're done, you put it in a completed category, which will eventually send it to invoicing up here. If you don't get the job, you can change it to unsuccessful, then it's going to slowly phase it away. All right, so right now it stays as a quote because we have to go and see them. Yes, I want to leave without saving. Okay, so somebody has to go and give them a quote. So right now we go to our staff schedules, go to week. Today we are Tuesday the 9th. We are going to put you in for tomorrow. I'm going to do it. And here, see, you can move it around. You can decide what time you want to put it at. Okay, let's go and do these other estimates we have to do as well. So I'll usually just shove them on a day like this, and then I'll change it to day, and I'll move them around to where I want. Okay, you're going to be a half an hour. You're going to be a half an hour, for example, like that, right? So these are you put your schedule of your job. So as they come in, you schedule them for, I'll usually do my estimates in the evening, so I'll shove them all over here into the evening. You can see them also by dispatch map, which is fun. So you can zoom out and look at your area and see where you have all your jobs. And okay, these two are close by. Let's do them at the same time, and then you can put them into your schedule together, which is a lot of fun. It's all done automatically. See over here it says all jobs. That's all over there. Okay, so back to the dispatch board and the schedule. We'll go, and I'll go and see Mr. Dugas. And whenever I show up to his job, I'll have my iPad. So when I get to the job site, I can have it mobile as well. So just to say, ServiceMate only works on iOS. So you can use the desktop on Windows, but on a PC, I should say. But whenever you want to go out in the field, you'll need to have an iPad or an iMac or an iPhone. I don't know. Yeah, you could have an iMac. So I'm on the field, and I show up to his house. I click his house, and then here I can go around and I can take pictures, which I can add some scribbles to and say, okay, I want to cut you. I want to cut the whole thing off. If it's a pruning job, it's nice, so you can like show them which branches exactly you want to trim. After that, I can look at what needs to get done. I can go to billing. I can say, okay, well, I think your tree is more than that. It's going to be $2,009. Save. Whenever all is said and done, eventually I can then go to quote, fill out a quote here. It says John, I don't know what that is. It's the demo account, and I can send it off to them like that very easily. They'll get a link, and whenever they accept it, or if they tell me on the spot, yes, I want you to do the job, I can go to quote right down here, and I can turn it into a work order. When it turns into a work order, you'll see here, boom, it turns blue. So you're ready to go and do that job. Let's just say that client wants that job only done in the fall, and you want it out of sight, out of mind into the fall. So you can open these, you can have these things here that are called queues. You could take that job and you could drag it into that queue called fall jobs. Right here, boom, into fall jobs. And that is going to expire in a year. So you have to attend to it before a year. Boom, send it there. Now it's here in all jobs, right? But I actually created another filter here, which I'll explain later. It's called current work orders. So that current work orders queue has everything except fall jobs. So these are jobs you need to attend to right now. And in the fall, you can get to these other ones, or then you can just erase that filter and you could have everything all together. So this is nice whenever you're booking jobs far away and you don't want to see them all the time. You don't want them showing up on your map. You don't want to think that you need to attend to them. You can just get them out of sight, out of mind, and then attend to them eventually. You could even pre-schedule them into your, so like this job here, right? We had, let's just say we scheduled that estimate. That estimate was scheduled at his house on Wednesday, March 10th at 8 a.m. We got to add another booking for him now because we're actually going to go and do the job, right? So we are going to schedule. We're going to send the whole team there. It's going to be a 4-hour job, and it's going to be, we said in the fall, right? So boom, boom, boom. Let's go October 10th. That's a Sunday. We don't work Sundays. October 11th, and we're going for 7 a.m. You see this send booking confirmation? You can like check that off, and then they'll get a text message like right before you show up saying, hey, yeah, we've booked you, and don't forget, we're coming. Save booking, boom. So that's scheduled for you. So if I would go back to the calendar, I go back to month, and yeah, just fly through here, and you go to October, See, there's the job. It's already scheduled into your system. It's not going anywhere. It's there in your spot. But if you go to your current work order, it's there. If you shove it into the fall queues, it's gone. That's what's good. It's out of sight, out of mind until later. All right. So that job is there. Whenever you're done with that job, and that job is done, you click completed, save, and then it brings it into the next phase of turning green right here. See? And whenever it's green, it's done and it's ready for invoicing. You can then take the job and it's going to automatically get sent into the invoicing page where you can see how many jobs you did. See right here, it's completed. You can see, okay, how many percentage of removals did we did? How many jobs were head trimming? How many jobs were this and that? Through reports, you can go and see profitability and a bunch of other stuff if you so desire to set it up elaborately. But what I really like about this is just being able to send jobs back and forth. Let's say I can't do my estimate, I can send it to James. If I can't do this, he can't do it, I'll put it onto my schedule over here. And this all can get done on the mobile app as well. The mobile app is very, very powerful. This is what I really liked about ServiceMate, is how strong their mobile app would be. Let me actually just try to pull this up here and get a little demo. Okay, so done. Let's just go to schedule. This is on Wednesday, March 10th. Okay, I'm going to be taking this and moving it up to James. See how that did it there? And I just did it up here on the screen. It's almost instantaneous. This all being done from the app, right? A lot of these other softwares that I tried, you can make all these changes on the desktop, but they're not as quick and as powerful as on the app. That's just one. Here, let's full screen this whole app thing over here. Boom. All right, so the app is very powerful. Like I said, you have your home page, you have your services, where your schedule, where you can see today, you can see tomorrow, one day at a time, what needs to get done. You can go to jobs. Jobs here, you'll see all your jobs. You can go to the current work orders like we discussed. You can go to your fall jobs. Once they're completed, they leave the queue, right? So that's why that Frank guy's job is not there anymore. You can go to your calendar, go to your maps, where you can zoom in and out and see all your jobs. But you have to go up here and put in not your schedule, all jobs. Boom. You can see all the work. It's a little getting used to, but it's not complicated. Once you get familiar with it, it is quite incredible. Notifications, you can like message different teammates left, right, and center, so you can have ongoing conversations, which is very good. And you can send a picture and say, hey, it just removes like texting your employees out of the question. You can, but you can do it through here, so it's archived and other people can see it. So that's pretty cool as well. Let's go back to the desktop version here real quick. So how do you learn all this? It takes a bit of time to learn it. I won't lie. It took me maybe, I'm telling you, if you spend 2 or 3 hours an evening, you can learn this thing in a week, and it's going to save you so much more time throughout the year. But they have so much support. ServiceMate has a lot of videos here, as you can see, that'll explain to you what you need to do and how to do it from A to Z. And I'm only using it, I think I'm only using 40%, maybe 35, 40% of what ServiceMate can offer. There is so much more out there, and I'm slowly having better templates, better organizing, and having this program do so much more for the business. So this is only like for a few clients, but imagine you're getting, I think we went to 750 jobs last year. We got like 300 of them or whatever, but there would be no way to be this organized without a CRM. You need a CRM if you're thinking of doing any sort of volume. You can't be doing paper and pen. And I wish I had learned this earlier. And they have like really good plans. Like, let's just go look at their plans. These are Canadian dollars. I have this one here. I pay $79 a month here for the growing plan. It lets you do 150 jobs per month. You'll like never do that unless you're a bigger company. Then you need another plan. and that extra money is not a big deal. But every single quote you do is a job, right? So you do a quote, it's considered a job because you're opening up a new job, and that job could either turn into a work order or be unsuccessful. So quotes are jobs, right? Even if they're not confirmed 100% yet. But yeah, but there's like this starter plan, just $30 a month. Like $30 a month is not a lot of money. You want to hire a secretary, it'll cost you that much an hour, right? So for that much, you can start learning the system and start having all your clients sending you their information, and it's all showing up into one spot. And whenever that happens, you can then assign it, sort it out a lot better. Yeah, that is the low dive. I want to go into a bit more of a deep dive and show you guys how we can customize this. So if you're going to leave right now, thanks a lot for watching. If you want to stick around, thanks a lot for doing so. Don't forget to hit that like button. Just joking, I don't really care. Not in it for the likes, that's for sure. Just in it to help people, and it's been a tremendous help to me. And yeah, I think eventually I'd like to do a YouTube live on this where people can ask further questions. But okay, so let's just go back to settings. We never really went into this. Is the bread and butter where you can do all your optimizing in the back end of the system. Add-ons, there's a bunch of custom add-ons you can add here. You can accept credit card payments. You can have it synced to your QuickBooks online. You can do customer feedback, which is nice. Whenever you can have like a filter there. If customers rate you like 4 stars and up, it'll send them an automatic link to your Google review because you know they're happy and they're not going to leave you a shoddy review. Job costing, yeah, tons of things you can add here. So that was in the add-ons. Automation. This is the money. This is the money right here. Let's go through and create another job. Right? Watch this. First of all, before we create that job, we have these job templates. So you can set these up beforehand. If you're doing a lot of the same item, you create these. So I made one called tree planting. Okay. Let's edit that just for fun. So in that tree planting, no matter who you create it for, like their job address is going to be there. Don't change that. Their email and their phone number is going to be there. Don't change that. But the description, you can customize that so it shows up on every job. Here's a quote for blah, blah, blah. Quotes and invoicing, every single time that is, you exercise this option, tree planting template, they're going to get all these things. And you could remove this. You could say, and on the site, you could change the maple to oak. You could change it to honey locust. You could remove the transport fee if you feel nice. You could decrease or increase the labor. You can tweak that, but like the general bones of what you should be charging is there. These prices are not accurate. So that is there. And we have a reminder here through these badges, which I'll talk about later. These badges, I have one called H2O reminder, okay? H2O, water. Close. Okay. So, ta-da, home. Dispatch board. Let's go to new job. Hey, neighbor next door wants tree planting. Okay. What's your name, sir? Paul Jones. Nice to meet you. Their address, we don't really need to put it in there. It doesn't matter. But see, like they already have this quote, and this is their unique job number 113. Everything is in there. You can customize this right away, change the prices, and you produce a quote. You produce a quote, you email, you send it off to them, and they will get this email. They can click that link. All these emails are customizable through email templates. You can have them not say the price. I don't like saying that price right there. I like them clicking the link and seeing it. So you can customize everything. You can put in custom fields, custom dates and times, whatever you want, you can put into here. I have a link to my Google reviews. I want people to go and read my Google reviews and see what's up. Yeah, so that's that. You can send that off. You can send it to them by SMS, by text message. That's included into the ServiceMate platform here as well. You can print it if you still roll that way and you want to hand them a hard copy. Yeah, and you could then say that. Here we go. It's a quote. He says, yes, I want to have it done. Boom, you change it to a work order. And then you know that you need to schedule these work orders, right? And that's why you have these different filters here. You go to unscheduled jobs. These are not in the calendar anymore. They're not like on a calendar. If they're not on a calendar, they have to get on a calendar. So you want to keep this unscheduled jobs like clear. You want to have it in your calendar because then you can know, all right, well, we're booking 3 or 4 weeks in advance. So as soon as I take this job and I shove it onto the calendar and I assign, okay, well, if it's a work order, it's not Phil, James, John, it's a team, whole squad's going. Save booking, it's going to leave that unscheduled job list, right? So you're very able to see who I've attended to, who needs attending, and what is already confirmed, right? And then staff schedules, hold on a second. Yeah, see, that's him over here. All like the team jobs, that's for like the whole squad. Whenever it's one of us going on a quote, then I'll put it into one of these other categories. So you're able to see very quickly what's lined up in the week ahead of time. Okay, so that guy's job is there. Let's go to his badges. He has a pretty interesting badge on his thing called for the tree planting, right? See? It's called a reminder, and it's an H2O reminder. I set that up previously, and that's like what the fun part of the automation is. In automation, I made this one badge for him right there, and you can edit it right here, and it'll send him an email, and I want the email to be sent 3 days after the job completion, and I want it to say, don't forget to water your tree. It's just a little thing, but you can have these automatic things set up that give the clients like an extra little touch. You didn't have to do anything but set it up for a few seconds, and you can have these set up for whatever you want, which is pretty cool. So that's a badge, and that badge you can turn on. Let's just say I know the client for whatever reason does not want to water his tree. I can just take off that badge like that, and by removing it, see, now it's on, now it's off. By removing it, it's not active. If it's like a 2-person job, you can like activate that badge, and you can have it do something else in the back end. You could have it text someone else. You could have it do anything you want. All that is done through the automation tab here in settings. Boom. Badges, you can go through these. You can have a bad payer badge. You could have a booking reminder. All these cool things. Okay. Settings. Job categories. So I've made these ones really here for just for fun. Annual, hedge work, emergency jobs, flex jobs, standard wait time, tree plantation, and VIP jobs, right? So what you can do is from the dispatch board. Let's talk about filters. So right here, we have all these different filters, right, that coincide with those different job types, right? And we can assign those job types from right here. So he's a tree plantation, right? This person is an annual hedge work job. This person here is an emergency job. So if it's an emergency job and I want to be able to see it, right? I'm going to create a filter here, and these filters here are going to be called urgent jobs. And I want the urgent jobs to be any work. I want it to filter through everything, and I want it to be only jobs that have that emergency tick. If you don't have an emergency tick, see here on the side, you don't show up. But I only want you to have an emergency tick. Save changes. So at any point you say, I want to see what jobs are the most urgent. See, these jobs are waiting permits. There's none. These urgent jobs, okay, I got to deal with them. So that's an extra little category that you can add right here. You can say, oh, just assign it a different word, a different level of importance. Flex would say, for example, okay, well, you can go anytime you want. You don't need a specific time. So if I had these flex jobs here, I would have a filter for that, and I would open up the flex jobs, and I would say, okay, well, I have 3 jobs I can go to right now. Let's go get it done. They don't need to have a schedule. So it's a filter, and these filters are very handy, especially if you're dealing with a lot of work. And also just in my dispatch map, for example, if I'm over here in Kirkland and I want to find jobs that are nearby, I can pop up the whole map and say, okay, well, I do have an urgent or a flex one nearby. Let's go and deal with that one right now. Super easy. And that's how I find profitability goes up. You're driving around a lot less because stuff is close by, and you're taking care of jobs in a very efficient manner on your end, going along with the client's flexibility. Let's go back to settings, materials, and so that was job categories, right? Materials and service. You can add all these ones in here. Your labor, your trees. You can go through. We're actually in my own system. I have like all the majority kind of trees in our area. I have them all we're getting those all typed out here. Started on some, so a lot left to go. And just having basic descriptions of what's going on in here. You could have your Latin names, you could do whatever you want in there to be fancy, and you have that information in there pre-typed. So whenever you have it already inside a template, you hardly have to type. You just have to adjust DBH, location, variety, price, and you send it off. You don't have to type a lot anymore, that is the huge plus, is having everything already done for you. Okay, so that's in your materials. Your job queues, we talked about these before, your fall jobs. You can have default time frames, like awaiting permits. I usually give 4 weeks, so like I give a client 4 weeks. If they accepted their job, I put it in that category. I'm not going to schedule it until they've given me their work. They've notified me that they got their permit. Whenever they do that, I'll pull it out of that queue and I'll put it somewhere else. Security roles, this is good for your staff. You can assign them different roles here. Contractor role, staff, business owner, different levels of things they can see. You could have it even for your staff to show up at the job. They know what they need to do, but they don't even know what the prices of the job is, which is pretty interesting. We're an open book at our business. We don't roll like that. But so here we have John Ranger. I have no idea who he is, guys. Pardon me. But he's the account owner of this demo account. But here you have James, Phil, Team Vision. You can edit and you can change like their security role here. Put in a bunch of fancy numbers here if you want. Just allows you to have multiple different staffs and just assign different jobs to people. Okay, let's go. Next category, forms. I don't even know what forms are, to be honest with you. Like I said, I'm just like inspection form. This is like so much stuff that you can have like attached to clients, and you could send it to them with extra information. Some of them are even like checklists. I know that like you can have like your staff or you yourself, like you can automatically have checklists in there that you have to check off before you leave the job site. And then you can send an automatic PDF to the client and they get that information and they say, okay, yeah, the company finished everything that they needed to finish. So we do hedge and tree work, right? But this can apply for any service. Like this software is actually made for the service industry. So it's customizable for whatever you want it to do. Email inbox. Simple online inquiry. That online inquiry form is this over here. It's all one and the same. Email templates. You can go in here. I think I have 15 or 16 email templates in my main account because I'll have it English and French. This is where the customizing happens. This is an English software. You can't do too much edits, but I need to have French content, so I have French templates that I can just quickly send it to them. And like 99% of the text is in French, and like some accept buttons and do you confirm is in English here and there, but generally speaking, like almost all of it is English. Yeah, so you have all these templates, and these templates could be quotes. They could be first point of contact. They could be follow-up. They could be, hey, just to remember, we're coming tomorrow. I currently have one. It's called schedule a quote for this early season. So whenever I actually have scheduled a quote with a date and time, I can, hey, look, let's just go with that. Email template, let's just make one together, okay? Book a quote, okay? Estimate with vision. So you go dear, and you insert field, and you'll put in customer, job, contact first name, for example. Dear this. We want to come at insert field, and you could put in right here next scheduled booking date, long format, space, next scheduled booking time for the quote. 10 seconds to fill out, right? You see how fast that was? Whenever that template is set, if I want to go and see a client to book a quote, all I need to do is fill out that template. Okay, save changes. Let's just cut to the chase and go and do it for real. Dispatch quote, Mrs. Jane White, she wants us to have a quote for an emergency job, whatever it is. She did not put it in the description. It's scheduled for James on Wednesday at 4:30 p.m. I can go email template, book a quote. Boom. We want to come to you at 10th of March, 4:30 p.m. for the quote. Send. You don't have to go in and like put in the information and what time did I give them, because the time that you gave them is the time that's in your schedule. And I'll have a disclaimer, like we could be plus or minus a bit. And what's fun, they have a really cool feature on the mobile app. Whenever you're on your way to the job, it could send them an automatic notification saying this person's on their way, and it could even track you if you want. So it's like Uber, right? Uber Eats, oh, my pizza's on the way. Well, yeah, I'm on the way to come and give you a quote. You can see where I'm at. People love that. They absolutely love that. I'm sure so many jobs that I got last year, I should have kept track, but people are like, wow, you have such a cool feature. And like, I got a lot of jobs from those people that like acknowledge like the professionalism. This is not me, it's just the software and you're using what it can do. It's quite cool. So that really helps with with giving the customers a notification on when you're coming and when you're showing up. So that's like email templates. I'll have one for the invoicing. I'll have one for like please give us a review if you would like. I'll even have one for a response to a job refusal. Let's say a client says, sorry, we're not going to go for you. I want to send them an email that says, and you don't want to type that out. You just want to have something generic that's ready to go. And you can just tell them right away, hey, sorry, you can say whatever you want, right? But you can say something in there saying, I wish you all the best. You want to end on a positive note. If you have the last contact, they don't feel like they have like left you hung to dry. You just contact them and you say, thanks for the opportunity, wish you all the best, contact us if there's anything else. But that's all pre-written. That's what the beauty of having templates is. And you can't do this without a CRM, unless you're like, you have crazy Google templates and Gmail templates and you're doing it all yourself. But having everything here, and you can even have these emails sent automatically. I have a booking reminder email sent before we show up. I have a review one sent 6 days after. Let's say I send a quote and I don't hear from the clients. If the client has not contacted me back, ServiceMate will send them an estimate. 7 days, I can choose how many days I want. Right now I'm doing 10 days because we're in slow season. But in like busy season, I can like change it to 7 days. I can change it to whatever, just to make sure that people are getting a lot of quotes and I want them to get reminded fast that we sent them one, right? So job templates, we went through this before, right? So in the tree planting template, you can automatically assign different items. SMS templates, you can send your clients text messages, blah, blah, blah. Document templates, these will be for your estimates, this will be for your quotes. You can completely go in here and like edit any information. That is not my bank number, just for the record. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And preferences, you can go in here and you can change a myriad of things on your end and sign all your emails off with your logo and all that fancy stuff. Yeah, you know what? I don't have much else to say, but the fact that I'm just scratching the surface on what this program can do. And even if you just took these past half an hour or so and you study it a little bit yourself and you hop on board, I'm making no money on this. I'm not getting any commissions if you sign up. I don't even have any affiliate links. I have no idea what I'm doing in that regard. I just want you to think about how you're operating your business and how can you make things a lot more efficient. And I have saved so much time last year putting a lot of research. It took me a lot of research to find these programs. And what I really like about the ServiceMate, once again, was this Canadian dollars. You have a lot of support videos. They have live chat. You have any questions, they have a live chat right away and they'll point you in the right direction to like either answer your question or tell you what video you need to watch to understand what you're doing. They have like third-party partners that can come in and like help you set up and like make all your templates if you want, which is great value for someone who has a bigger company that might not have time to do it. But yeah, it's like $80 a month, which is nothing. I mean, saving 8 hours a week throughout the busy season, throughout the whole season, just having everything organized. And oh, where's my jobs? Oh, they're all right here. You know, these are all your current jobs, you know, and you can pull them up on the map and you can say, okay, well, what's close to me? Where can I go to, you know? So you can even like stalk your employees. James, I have no idea what you're doing here. This is not you. You don't even live there. But you see what I mean? Like you can have, it's not even stalking, but you can track and you're allowed to. Like, you let your employees know you're going to do that. You can do that. It's just to see where you're in the service industry, right? Your jobs that are on the way, you want to assign them different things throughout the day. And it's just a fantastic centralized system for organizing clients. There's many other great softwares out there, I have no doubt. I've tried a lot of them. Try them out for simplicity, for price, for help. Some of them like offer you only a few hours of help and setup. Some of them offer you limited support afterwards. I just found I got like the best value from this software. And it's not perfect. It only runs on iOS, so I have to get an iPhone. But the reasoning on why they do that is that it's so optimized for iOS, and it really is. It's incredible. Everything really blends in. They also have an application called ServiceMate Phone that I have. I might make a video on that another time. What it does is that anytime the business phone rings, it automatically opens up the app, and you can like schedule jobs right away, and you can send them like a booking inquiry text. You send them a text, and it'll have that document where they'll put in the contact information, and then it'll automatically show up on your screen. You make the clients do the work. It's not a lot. They're going to tell you what their phone address, so they're going to text it to you. Let them text it into that field so it shows up in your software. So if you're just getting started, you have a small business, like $30 a month, you can start dabbing into this and start learning the ropes. And I'm telling you, you would be well on your way to a very professional looking company in the back end that you can like reach out to clients really fast. You could be up a tree and you get a text and you can respond to it right away if it's something urgent. Customers, I find they will go with the people that give them the best attention. Sometimes it's the best price, but a lot of times it's people that like give them the right time of day. And I really feel like having a CRM really gets you into that next level from the competition. So that's that. Like I said, I'm right here in that plan, and I think it's great for our needs. We did 700 or 800 jobs last year, and I think 300 of them turned to work orders, which was more than enough for last year. Very thankful for the work. So that's that. I have it right on my website. So when you go and request a quote on my website, I have it right here with a bunch of disclaimers, blah, blah, blah. And people can just fill in their information and it shows up in my inbox, and then we deal with them and we get them an answer and a quote really quickly. Guys, that's a quick overview of what ServiceMate is. There's so much more. In invoicing, you can sync it to your QuickBooks. You can get paid. It will not do your taxes. It will not do your tax reports like a QuickBooks does. That is like an accounting software. CRM is the customer relationship manager. They deal with the leads, the scheduling, the communication between team members, the pictures, actually let's check the pictures again here. Let's try to do that. Boom. No, wrong tab. Here, okay, jobs. Let's just go to him over here. Go to Jane White. Open up your job. Let's just say I'm at her job here. Let's full screen it. Okay, that's her tree. You take a picture of the tree, save it. Shows up in the diary, right? So you can go in the diary and you can open up that picture of the tree and you can sketch. You can choose different things, and you can say, okay, I don't want to have that branch. I don't want to have that branch anymore. For example, you can save that, and you can eventually just like send that to the client, right? Which is pretty cool because see right here, hold on, right there. Yeah, see that picture is saved. It's pretty neat because you can just avoid a lot of confusion and mistakes here and there whenever you can communicate things a little bit differently, especially if they're not there. And like the age of like everything that's going around us today, people love having some people like having a contactless service, and having everything electronically definitely gets you there. So that's ServiceMate, guys. Anybody has questions, you can message me on Instagram. You can write a comment down here asking me some more. Love to answer your questions if I can. I'm a huge fan of this software. It's saved me a lot of time. It's very affordable, easy to learn, and it's 2021, isn't it? It's time to I think move up in the world of electronics and start using software that can save us a lot of time, and it has for me. Thanks for watching, and do I have to sign out now? I don't know. I don't have a sign out, so peace.